Hello, friends, and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another live session of TM Square Technology Solutions. And we will just getting started in a short while, just waiting for some more people to join us. And we will be definitely answering questions. So welcome once again to the live session of TM Square Technology Solutions, where we generally answer your questions and respond to all your queries, whatever you have regarding your examination related to ISTQB Foundation or any other advanced level. So if in case you have any questions, you are free to drop me your questions over the chat, and I'm definitely here to assist you with all your queries, whatever you may have. The very first viewer coming in is Kishore. Kishore, very good evening. How's your progress going on with your learning on the testing skills? I hope that's going good. And we're just looking forward to more and more people to come and join us today, and definitely ask for your questions at any point of time if you have any related to the ISTQB certifications. Okay, Kishore says all is great, and thank you. You're welcome. And in case you have any questions, Kishore, at any point of time, just make sure you put it across to me, and definitely I'm here to respond to the queries and the questions what you may have during your preparation. So just make sure that you let me know if you have any questions and queries related to the examination. Meanwhile, also I would like to make a quick announcement that we will be again coming with one of our public batches on ISTQB Foundation. That is in December. So monthly, once we do a session on ISTQB Foundation for all of you at much cheaper cost. So that is predicted to be on December 19th and 20th, which is the weekend. So if in case any of you is interested, I'll definitely share a link of the registration details over the community tab. So if in case you have any, just make sure that you let me know, and I'll be definitely there to address and assist you well with the training part as well. Okay, so the very first thing, let me just take quick questions from the chat window, and meanwhile, when we have people asking us questions. Okay, so there was a question which was asked from the one of the viewer about EP and boundary value analysis, which is related to the boundary value analysis. Now we have the 2-point analysis and 3-point analysis. So just make sure that you have a good understanding on that. And the question will be completely related to the concept, that is, how do you apply test cases on the boundary values. So make sure that you have a good understanding of what is boundary values and how does it really work. And at the same time, you need to be very sure about what is the question is asking you, because at the end of the question, you will have mentioned very well that is it a 2-point analysis or 3-point analysis. So if you have 2-point analysis, then make sure that you only take 2 values at each boundary. And if you're talking about 3-point analysis, then make sure that you take 3 boundaries or 3 values at each boundary. So that's what is more important to be taken care. And you can be very right with those questions as well. There was another viewer asking about the decision table testing. Of course, decision table testing is a concept specific for the scenarios which you may have related to the conditions. So at any point of time, if you have conditions specific to a scenario, like if a condition 1 is met, then what should happen if condition 2 is met. So decision table is created to reduce your number of test cases at any point of time, which will help you to determine minimum number of test cases in order to meet the expectations of the scenario. So you need to just make sure that you have dealt with the the possibilities which you may have at any point of time, like trying with true, false, true, and false. These are the common conditions which you may have if you have 2 conditions. So the table will be generally provided to you as a part of the training and as a part of the question in the examination. Just make sure that you read the table carefully before you start answering your question. In case you find some of the questions which might not have any detailed information, the complete answer lies within the table itself. So just make sure that you look into the table and have a good understanding of that before you can answer your question there. Okay, so that's one thing which I just wanted to mention there. All right, so if anyone else has any specific questions regarding the examinations of ISTQB, if you're having one, please drop me on the chat and I'll pick it up from there in order to respond to your queries. A lot of people this week as well reported me saying that they have passed the examination through the tutorials. Thank you so much for that. And congratulations to all the viewers who have passed this week with their examination. So just make sure that you have a good understanding of all the tutorials. There are a lot of tutorials which is broken into simple forms, and that will definitely help you at any point of time to learn all the concepts which you may need in order to pass your examination. We have Vidhu coming in. Vidhu, very good evening. Hope you're doing well. If you have any questions, please drop it here, and I'll definitely be here to answer your questions. Yes, team, just make sure that you drop me your questions. This live session is to answer all your questions at any point of time. So if you have anything going in your mind related to the syllabus, related to the examination structure, the procedure, or career path, anything, you're free to drop that here, and I'll definitely respond to your queries, whatever it might be related to. Let's just keep it specific to the channel relevance, nothing outside than that. We have people slowly joining in the session, and we're expecting some questions from them. Let's see. Meanwhile, just to add to your information, I have recently started another channel, which is to keep everything to the point and crisp about the definitions of the testing and related terms. So if you wish to explore more about the channel, then definitely you can look into that. And I will definitely be helping you to understand more about the thing. So here is the link to that. And if you wish to definitely be associated with that, you can subscribe to this channel as well. And that will add more value to your learning at any point of time to get a quick definition. So this is completely from the vocabulary point of view. So all the terminologies, just like a glossary, will be created as a part of this channel. And should you need anything, then definitely you can quickly get into this channel and get quick definitions to the words related to the ISTQB or testing or anything. We can talk about all the technical vocabulary here. Okay, so Mudhu says, sir, ISTQB Ctfl is the question are repeated. Yes, the questions are repeatable, but not exactly the same. Of course, even if they are repeating the questions, they will have different values. So what I can say is that not exactly the questions are being repeated, but yeah, to a certain extent. For example, if I talk about the process, the test process, that is chapter 1, then you may have you can definitely look into the the stages and the activities. For example, which activity is conducted as a part of test analysis, or which activity is conducted as a part of test implementation. These are the things which are standard. So generally the questions get quite often repeated, but not from the sample or the practice exams what you will be looking at, because there are no official practice examinations provided by the ISTQB other than the sample three sample questions or papers, which is available on the istqb.org. Okay, other than that, if you're looking at anything, we are not talking about those questions. Okay, so they are actually out of syllabus or not relevant to ISTQB, to be frank. So don't consider that as a repeatable point of contact. Okay, Abdullah says, great idea. Thank you so much for that suggestion and feedback. Yes, this channel was created on request of people. So there are a lot of people who were asking that if we can just have a quick glossary, which can talk about all the definitions. So instead of just pushing that throughout the same channel, I just created a separate channel so that we can have a clear audience there, and they will definitely have everything there. So Abdullah also says, is there an ISTQB performance testing course coming soon? Yes, Abdullah, we are just running a poll on the community tab of this channel. So if you can visit there and cast your vote. So I generally take poll conducted at the end of each series. So I ask people that what is that they want to see next, because it is all for you, of course, not for me. So you are free to vote for your favorite certification or upcoming certification. So right now there is a poll going on my community tab. So you can switch to my community tab and have a look there. We have three options: test manager, mobile tester, and performance tester. So if you can just vote there or get the votes to come up, then of course the option which gets the most votes, I will pick up that for the next certification training. Okay, so this is how I basically do it. And in case not, if you don't have enough time to wait for that, then you are free to look forward to a one-to-one session as well. You can connect with me over LinkedIn, and I will definitely provide you the necessary training which you might need in order to pass the examination. Okay, so yes, team, if you have any questions, we have a lot of time to go through this day. So if you have any questions, make sure that you drop me on the chat, and I'll pick it up from there to respond to your queries, and just make sure that you are well satisfied with your queries and happily responded to all your questions. Also, meanwhile, we have our membership options going on. So if in case you would like to be a member of the channel, you are always free to be a part of it, because a lot of people said that we would like to do something good for you because you have helped us a lot in order to prepare for the certification. And they would like to do something for me or probably gift me something. So instead of that, why don't you just go for membership where you can contribute for a cause as well, where I'm trying to help underprivileged students like kids to get sponsored for the education. So if you can look forward to that, that is going to give you additional benefits. It will have more values in terms of giving you preparation on the sample questions, additional live session other than this one. So it will be exclusively for the members in order to address your queries, or it can be any topic which you want me to explain you. So we can talk about all those things. So yeah, if you're interested, you can look forward to the membership option as well. Let me quickly drop a link to that. If in case you are interested, it's not a mandatory option, but if in case you would really like to support the channel, or you would like to gain more from the channel and from me, you can definitely make use of this membership option. So here's a link. If in case you are interested, it's completely optional, but if in case you are interested, you can definitely look forward to the membership option as well. And it's very, very, very minimal cost, just for the minimum amount which YouTube offers me to throw away from the membership options. Okay, so Abdullah says, do you suggest to take the ISTQB Analyst certificate with less than 1 year experience in testing? No, not at all, because it's not going to help you by any means. Even if you're taking up the test analyst at a fresher or like 1 year experience person, and maybe you're saying that you're less than 1 year experience in testing. So test analyst will not do anything with your portfolio. Rather, Agile can be more important for you. So you can look forward to Agile certifications or specialist certification, like one you spoke about is performance testing or mobile testing or any other testing which is relevant to your domain. You can look forward to that, but not test analyst. For this, at least you need to be grown up in terms of corporate experience, having at least 5 to 6 years of experience. Then it adds more value to your profile. Other than that, it's just going to be a certificate, but nothing else. It's not going to add value. But also, at the same time, to pass that examination, you need to have a very, very good understanding of the entire project end to end, being a test analyst. So not just theory knowledge will help you to pass the examination. So a real-time experience from that point of view is equally important. So that could be complicated, and it's a different examination. Like you write it for 3 hours long paper, and you have a lot of scenario-based questions to answer, Abdullah. So just make sure that you are aware of all those things. And I generally don't suggest as of now, based on your experience. Okay, so the next question coming in is, sir, for online schedule, can make second Saturday and Sunday time slots, please. Timing slot from 2 evening time. Okay, I think that was just not clear exactly. I'm not sure what was that timing and other things. Okay, so you said that probably what I understand from your question, Madhu, that you are trying to look forward to the previous weekend than the 1920. Okay, so yeah, I can do that because I'm yet not done with announcing it officially. So maybe you're talking about your option is between 12 and 13, right? 12 and 13 is what you're asking me to conduct the session. It's just a short time because I may not get a lot of nominations for this training. That's the reason I kept at least 15 days so that people can enroll themselves. But yeah, if in case you are interested, I can do that for you. Just let me know about that. Okay. Abdullah says, great. Thank you for your advice. Thank you so much, Abdullah. It's always my pleasure to respond to your query. Should you have anything else, feel free to drop below. I'll pick it up from there. Yes, team, if you have any questions related to ISTQB certifications or testing related practices, you are free to drop your questions on the chat. We have a live session every Saturday between 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. to answer your queries. Make sure that you make most out of this opportunity, and I'm always here to respond to you. I think this is the only channel which helps you to address your questions and answers in a live session. I don't think there are any other channel who's doing a live session on interacting with all our audience and responding to their queries. So I think that should be beneficial to you and should add more value, because the success of this live session completely relies on you and your interaction and based on your questions, which I answer. Okay, so just make sure if you have anything related to your examination at this point of time, just feel free to drop it over the chat and I'll pick it up from there and respond to you. Okay, we have Anjali here. Hi, sir. Can you please explain about system integration? Sure, Anjali, why not? When you talk about the dynamic testing, of course, you remember the classification of testing that is static and dynamic. And as a part of dynamic testing, we have several levels of testing. We start with unit, we go with integration, and then we have system testing. In between that, we also have something called as component integration or system integration testing. When we talk about the component testing, it is all about testing each and every component in an application. When you talk about integration testing, it is about measuring the data flow or interfaces interaction between two or more modules. System testing is all about end-to-end testing of an application from the functional point of view, right? Now, when you talk about component integration testing, it is the interfaces between two or more components. So here, interfaces is involved, interaction is involved, communication is involved, but between two components. Okay. So, for example, if I say you talk about a country field that is drop down, you select the country, the state list gets customized according to the country selected. And I select the state, the city list get filtered as per the state selected. Now, when it comes to system integration, it is basically conducted after system testing. That is to integrate two or more systems together. For example, if I'm talking about an e-commerce website like Flipkart or Amazon, I cannot call it as a product until unless the system, that is Flipkart, is associated with Paytm or any kind of credit card payment gateways, right? So this is another system. So payment gateway is another system provided by the payment gateway people, and Flipkart is another product or system which is created by the Flipkart itself. Now we integrate both of them, two different systems. We call it as system integration testing. Now, system integration testing can be conducted between three variants. That is software, hardware, and hardware. Where software example is Flipkart and Paytm or Google Pay. Software hardware is embedded systems like elevators, or if you talk about automobiles, you have sensors and you have definitely the hardware. So software is controlling the hardware, and this is two different things. Software is a different system, hardware is a different system, and we integrate both of them to put together to be called as a product. So elevators, airway systems like aircraft, or if you talk about anything which has a combination of software and hardware. And hardware is like, kind of your amusement park. When you talk about roller coaster, these are completely mechanical things, hydraulics and pneumatics, which is hardware and hardware combination put together to call it as a final product. So for example, if you're calling your roller coaster as a product, then roller coaster is a combination of two different or three different hardwares put together. Okay, so that is what is your system integration testing, where you generally combine two or more systems together to have interactions or interfaces between them. Okay, I hope that answers your question there. If you have anything else, feel free to drop me a question there. Yes, team, if anyone else has any questions specific to testing, feel free to ask me that. You can make most out of this opportunity where we are connecting live to have a discussion and definitely get queries responded at the same time when you ask it. Even if you are interested, Antli, you can subscribe to this channel, which is completely about the overall terminologies and glossary. So I'll be adding a lot of them over this channel. So if you're interested, you can subscribe this, and you will find more and more definitions at any point of time, which will be a quick reference if you want to just look for the definitions. So it's completely a vocabulary or glossary of terms. So you can definitely find very good information here. Okay. Okay, team. So yes, if anyone has any questions here, just make sure that you drop it on the chat box, and I'm going to pick up your questions to respond to that. So right now there's also a poll going on. If you are interested to have any kind of suggestions for that, you're free to drop me your vote there on the community tab in order to respond to the poll going on. And I'll definitely pick my next playlist or next series of tutorials based on the maximum number of votes for a particular option. So we have three options right now. We have test manager, performance tester, and mobile tester. So if you're interested in any one of these, please vote for that, and I will definitely pick up the next option for that. Okay, we have another question from, not question, information from Sahil. I just passed the Ctfl exam, thanks. Thank you so much, Sahil, for joining in and helping us to know that you are definitely completed with your examination. Congratulations from my side, and of course from all our viewers, which will definitely help you to proceed ahead. So yeah, thank you so much for that and coming in and letting us know. I definitely wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors. Just make sure that you study well for all of your upcoming tutorials and certifications in the examination. Anjali says, thank you, you're welcome. And we have another person calling to Andra. Andra, very good evening. Thanks for joining in. And your question is, what is a reliable test sample source for the test automation tester certification? Andra, I'm afraid that I will not be able to provide you a reliable source for that because we don't have much online. Because before creating a tutorial, I myself look over on different sources that if we have any kind of study material, because the moment I start creating tutorial for any certification, I start getting a lot of questions from people that can I have more sample questions? Can I have a good study material for that? Or is there anything else other than your tutorials to prepare well for examination. So I don't think we have any options as of now. You may find some of the sample questions on different blogs, so you can refer to that. But yes, at the same time, just make sure that you are restricted to the syllabus and things are not that difficult on different portals. But yeah, you can find some, not all, probably like hardly 30 to 40 questions put together to prepare well for your test automation certification. Because the reason is ISTQB does not release any official sample papers other than which is available on their website. Okay, they don't release. It's just that for foundation, there are people who have created it and they find it difficult to create a scenario-based questions. Okay, so it's just the people who have created the sample questions other than the official website of ISTQB. So you may not find any other sample questions than that. So you might have to stick to that information what you have online on istqb.org. Other than that, you may not have any reliable source of information for your preparation. Okay. Okay, Sal says all the videos were very helpful. Thank you. Of course, entire day, like the main agenda of this channel is to help each and every one to prepare well at no cost, to just prepare well for your certification and pass the examination. So just make sure that you make most out of these resources which are completely given to you for no cost. Just make sure that you make most out of such things. Okay, Andrew says, no problem. Thank you for your great work. I also succeeded with my foundation certification with your help. Oh, thank you so much, Andrew, for recognizing that. I was not sure that you have, definitely, you're looking for it, but I'm not sure that you looked into my content to prepare for your foundation. Thank you so much for sharing that, and congratulations on the success. I wish you all the very best for your automation testing certification. In case you have any questions, just feel free to drop me a chat or a comment on any of the relevant video, or in case you can, every weekend, you can join this session, then please ask me questions here. I'm more than happy to respond to your queries at any point of time. Okay, so yes, team, if we have any more questions, you are free to ask. We have at least half an hour to go ahead. Okay, thank you so much. You're welcome. Sahil says, I'm preparing for automotive tester. I'm looking forward for all the sessions on it. Of course, Sahil, for your kind information, we completed the automation tester tutorials 2 days ago. So now whatever you find online on the channel is everything complete from all the manners with all the details. So you can stick to the tutorial series. That is the playlist of automotive tester certification, and you'll find everything in that. Other than that, of course, if you have any questions, you can always drop me a question over the comment on the video, relevant video which you are looking at, and I will respond to your query there. Okay. So all the best for your preparation on automotive tester, Sahil. All right, you're welcome. So yes, team, if anyone else has any specific questions about ISTQB or this testing related questions, feel free to ask me. I'm here completely for you for an hour to respond to all your queries and definitely assist you as much as possible from my pocket. Okay, yeah, sure. Just feel free to drop me a question if in case you have any, and I'm here to respond to your queries. Meanwhile, just making a common announcement that we are coming up with another batch of the public sessions on ISTQB Foundation. If you are interested to look forward to that, I'll be sharing the details of the same by Monday on our community page. Just make sure that you have a look on that, and we will definitely be together in order to work on this. So this session will be completely on a two-way communication on a Zoom call, and you will have a two-way interface to discuss your queries and get a good training in order to participate and learn more about the certification and pass the examination in one go. Okay, so yeah, every month we conduct a public session. So make sure that if you're interested, you can participate in that as well. Okay, so we're just waiting for some questions from all of you. If in case not, just let me know. And we will meanwhile try to see if I have got any questions from the chat box and respond to that. Okay, so Sahil says test papers for automotive tester. I'm not able to get any material to read like books for it. Of course, it's just a newly added certification to the ISTQB tree. So there are no much material available in the market as of now. So you are completely dependent on the tutorials and your knowledge, of course, and definitely my assistance. So it's a newly added certification to the tree. Specialist certifications are all newly added, like probably 1 or 2 years ago. So depending on the frequency, like how many people are taking the examination, people put their effort to write a book or write any kind of journals in order to assist you well. So probably right now we do not have anyone who is interested to write a book to prepare well for the ISTQB automotive tester. So if in case, maybe in future, I would like to see, if I can write something more about the same. But yeah, right now you don't find anything specific to that. So you can stick to the tutorials because tutorials will give you a lot of knowledge in order to prepare well for your certification. So just stick to that and let me know if you need any assistance at any point of time. Okay. We have another person, Balaji, coming in. Which certification is in advanced level is good to take after the foundation level? Okay, Balaji, you are free to take any certification from the advanced level, depending on your portfolio. So if in case you want to be a functional lead, like functional testing lead, you can look forward to test analyst certification. If you are a non-functional practitioner or tester, then you can look for technical test analyst. And if you want to move ahead with your position, probably becoming a manager, then look for the test manager certification. These three are basically role specific certification. Okay, so all I can do is explain you what each certification is all about, and then you can decide which certification you would like to go for. Okay, so test analyst is from the functional side, technical test analyst is from non-functional side, like performance, security, reliability, and all. And test manager is more of a role-specific certification. So if you are looking forward to any one of these, you can decide and look forward to that. Okay, so that's up to you what you want to opt for, but that completely depends on your profile. Okay, uh, Sahil says, is reading the syllabus enough and also your videos? Yes, that is what you can do as of now because that's only the option what you have, and you can definitely look forward to the syllabus which you have available online, and definitely the tutorials will give you a little more detail about the same. Okay, Arun Kumar, best teacher in the world, perfect skills. Thank you so much, Arun, for giving that compliment to me. I think, you know, I'm highly obliged for that, calling me as the best teacher in the world for this. It's just that I try to be as perfect as possible to address to the people and, help them as much as possible. And everything is on the request. If I see tomorrow people talking about creating something for them to help better, then I will definitely look forward to do that. So at any point of time, if you also have any kind of suggestion or any kind of feedbacks to provide about the channel, be upfront, write it on the chat so that I can consider it and improvise the learning experience for all of you. Okay. And anyways, once again, Arun, thank you so much for your compliment. It means a lot to me. Okay. Thank you. Rakibul, good evening, sir. Very good evening, Rakibul. Thanks for joining in. Rakibul is from Bangladesh, and I've been observing him from a long time. He always joins the live session to ask us questions. So, Rakibul, how's your preparation going on? If in case you have any questions, please drop me here. Okay. Okay, Andra has another thing. Would you recommend any other certifications for tester beside ISTQB? For example, AWS certifications or any other? See, for that, Andra, we need to know what kind of background you come from, what kind of testing or technology you deal with. If your technology or the domain invites you to be a part of AWS or any kind of cloud certifications, please look forward to that because that will add more value to you, being understandable to the domain which you're working with. Okay, ISTQB is completely from the testing point of view. Okay, but nothing specific to the domain, except these specialist certifications which are coming in the tree. Okay, like security tester, automotive tester, mobile tester, performance tester, usability tester, acceptance tester, or gambling tester. Okay, these are all domain specific certification. So if you think you have any one of these specific to your domain, you can definitely look forward to that. Plus, if in case you are into Agile, you're practicing safe, you are working with Jira, then being certified on that will be added advantage. Okay, so not only ISTQB, of course, specific to your practices, specific to your domain, you can look forward to outside certifications as well, and that will definitely add equal value or more value to your portfolio. So you can, look into your profile and according to that, suggest me in order to help you out with more details. Other than that, that's fine. Okay, we have add Tola, that is ADOI. When writing the online exam, we are allowed to write on a paper or for the rough workings. Yes, you are allowed to use the rough papers to write on a proctor-based examination, that is online exam. All you need to do is before you start your examination, the proctor will ask you to show that sheet of paper, that whether it is empty or not from both the sides, it is blank. And then once you complete all your examination, you need to again show that same paper, that what kind of rough work you have done on that sheet of paper. Okay, because we don't want anyone helping you or anything which is written on that in order to assist you with the examination. So yes, it is allowed. The proctor will ask you to show that, and proctor will definitely look into that once again before you submit your paper. Okay, so yeah, you can make use of that. Sahil says in ITIL, good certification after ISTQB Ctfl. ITIL, I think the foundation is one which you can start with. There also we have three for ITIL certifications as well. So you can start with the foundation and then you can look forward to advanced level, or you can also look for Six Sigma certifications, which are very important and more value to your profile. So if in case that's really adding a more value to your profile, then only go for that. Otherwise, that's not specific. Until that invites you to help you from your domain specific or the work specific portfolio, then please go for that. Okay, so Mudhu has another question. Can you explain statement coverage and decision coverage? Okay, so statement coverage and decision coverage is from white box testing techniques. First of all, I have put a big comment, big comment because I have added it on the top. It is pinned on the video that these two topics are no longer with the flowchart basis. Okay, so you will not be given with any kind of pseudocode. You don't have to convert that into flowchart to derive your answers. So programming based questions have been taken out from the syllabus, so they are no longer in the syllabus. So if you are getting confused from that point of view, please ignore that. Second, as you have asked me this question, I would definitely love to answer that. From the definition point of view, basically when you talk about a program, it contains a lot of nodes. Nodes means statement. Basically, the point at something gets executed. For example, the condition, if A is greater than B, okay, or a variable is being read, like A, B, C, D, whatever it is. And then what happens when it is true? Something should be printed. What happens when it is false? Something should be done. These are your statements. Whatever is written in a program is statement. And there are branches connecting these statements based on the execution flow. And that is what you call it as decisions, which are made generally at conditions. Like, for example, if A is greater than B, then I have two outcomes, true or false. So if I just cover all the statements, okay, in a particular program or pseudocode, we call it as statement coverage. When we cover all the decisions in our program, we call it as decision coverage. So generally, they new in syllabus, that is 2018 syllabus, they ask you only the definition of statement and decision coverage. Okay, so you should remember the formula to respond to the definition of that. What is the formula for this? Statement coverage is equal to number of statements exercised by the test divided by total number of statements in the program. Okay, total number of statements exercised by your test divided by total number of statements in the code multiplied by 100. So that's the execution rate. That is what you call it as statement coverage. Similarly, for decision coverage, you measure all the decisions, and the measurement of decision coverage is equal to number of decisions exercised by your test divided by total number of decisions in the code multiplied by 100. So this is what is more important, what they will be asking you during the examination. So make sure that you're very much full-fledged with the understanding. Plus some additional statements, like what is statement coverage, what basis is used for applying statement coverage. You must have access to the code. Okay, what is the difference between statement coverage and decision coverage? So statement is all about measuring the statements, and decision is all about decision outcomes in a particular program. Now, there's another statement that 100% decision coverage guarantees 100% statement coverage, but not vice versa. So you need to remember these theoretical points which are there in my tutorial. Please refer to that. But control flow execution or control flow based questions are no longer in our syllabus. Okay, so you can ignore that. All right, so I hope that answers your question there. Okay, Ditola is also asking another question. I watched the tutorial on statement and decision coverage several times. I still don't understand too. Okay, I think I just explained that, so hope that answers your query as well. If in case you still have any question, please ask me. Sahil says, I'm in automotive industry, software developer and tester role, 2.5 years experience. Should I go for automotive software tester or any other advanced certification? I think if you are specific to your domain, I would recommend you to go for automotive tester certification, Sahil, because that would add more value than being a test analyst or something. But yeah, of course, I have been delivering a lot of session for advanced level and foundation and automotive tester for a lot of automotive organization. For example, if you talk about Continental, you talk about Bosch, I've been delivering a lot of session to them. Every month, I do at least 2 or 3 sessions for them for foundation and advanced level. So if you are in case interested to do that, you can definitely look into the certifications from automotive tester as well, or even into the test analyst after that. So it's your choice and your call that which one you take first. But yeah, both of them are equivalent and adding more value to your profile. You can always look for that. Okay. Rocky Bull says Six Sigma certification can be considered after ISTQB Ctfl. If yes, then which certification will be adding advantages on this regard, like CSSGB, CSSBB, or CSSMBB, or any other? I think I'm not so sure about the standards there, but I think we have Six Sigma. CSSGB will be the one which you can green belt and black belt, and I understand that much, but I'm not sure about MBB, what exactly it stands for. But yeah, green belt, and there's a sequence actually. Again, there's a stages. You just can't directly jump to the higher value certification directly. Just like you start with the foundation, you start with the green belt, and you go with the white belt and the yellow belt and so on, and then you can definitely go for the certification on that. Okay, so yeah, with Ctfl, you can always top up with your Six Sigma because that adds a lot of value from the management point of view. But if in case you are in a product owner role or business analyst role, that will add more value to you. So yes, Rakibul, you can look into that. Okay, so yes, team, a good session on question and answer here. I really appreciate that. If in case you have still any questions, feel free to ask me. We have around approximately 15 minutes to go with this live session. If you have any quick questions, just drop it here, and I'm always there to respond to it. Just feel free to drop me your question and query. No matter, it can be a silly question as well. I'm just here to respond to anything what you would like to ask me or would like to know about your preparation and learning. Okay, just feel free to drop me a question and I will respond to you for your query. So just informing you once again that we will be having a foundation session happening next month as well. If you're interested, please be active on the community page. I will be putting it there about the dates and the registration details. You are free to join that and learn more better way about your preparation on the ISTQB Foundation, because for not everyone, the tutorial will be enough to prepare well, because a lot of you come from a new background or probably a different background, and just the tutorials may not help you to understand everything. So the training would definitely help you. And again, based on the request, I conduct these public sessions in order to help people who are in need in order to prepare well. Okay. All right. So Edichola says, does committing to open source projects on GitHub help in securing a job as a new tester? I'm new to ID. Kind of, yes, because uh, generally for a lot of organization now they want to know that which application you have tested, or probably you work as an internship, or maybe they give you certain tasks. So if you have worked on any such thing which you can check in into your GitHub, then it will be easy for them to showcase to your organization which is looking forward to hire you that yes, I'm not lying about it, I've worked on it and I have the details to showcase to you. So if you have any such project which you have worked on, or you're planning to do something, then please do it and check in your GitHub to showcase and add to your profile, because you're new to IT, then it will add more value to your portfolio. Okay. So at Tola, I would recommend you to go for this project and check in your GitHub and have it there and include that in your profile when you share with your organizations. Okay. Organization finds it really valuable that you have worked in certain projects and you have understanding of GitHub as well. Okay. That showcases both the things. And a lot of things are happening based on Agile today. So if you have good learning of all these things like CI/CD tools and code management tools, then definitely it will add a lot of values to your interviews and getting hired quickly within an organization. Any new videos on Ctfl? Yes, you can expect it from the following week. I will be adding some sample questions discussion on the chapter, different chapters, and that you can expect. If you have any suggestions, you are free to let me know. I will definitely love to consider that and see the options to do that for all of you. Okay, so team, yes, team, I always look forward to any kind of feedback or suggestions you may have in order to make it better for all of you. So if you have any suggestions to add more value to the channel, you are always welcome to do that. Okay, so Sal says, is it good time to change or switch the company in the pandemic situation, automotive industry? Not sure. Okay, to be frank, this is not a good time for automotive industry because things have been impacted. So I'm not sure if other organizations are looking forward to hire people. If you see openings in the market, you are always free to apply for them and see that what is the process and how much they are able to offer you. Okay, or whether they are looking for people with that portfolio what you have. Okay, so you can always apply that and put your profile publicly available and see that what responses do you get. Do you get any calls from the recruiters or not? If you're getting calls, appear for that interview and definitely get placed. But with this experience, yes, you can definitely look options. You have a lot of organizations who always look for good resources. Okay, so you can always showcase your profile and get to see yourself that what kind of response you're getting from the other recruiters on your profile at this experience. Okay, but right now I think it is slightly hit when you talk about automotive industry and not heavily recruiting right now. Maybe another after the Christmas and New Year thing, you will have better options. So maybe meanwhile you can prepare well and be certified with your certifications, and then you can definitely start applying for any kind of changes. But yeah, with this experience, I think it's a good time to change. You don't stay longer than that in any organization. Okay. So yes, Steve, we have another 10 minutes to go. If we have any questions from any of our viewers, feel free to drop them here. And I'm here to respond to your queries. Should you have anything related to testing or ISTQB certification, especially, you are free to ask me that question. I'm completely dedicated for an hour for all of you. If you have a question, please drop me. If you don't have a question, you can stay on the session to listen to the question and answer from other people. That still add a lot of value to your learning. So just make most out of this opportunity which you're getting to interact with the instructor of the channel, which you have been looking at. This adds a lot of value to your preparation, okay? Okay, Arichola says, in management tools section of the tutorial, there are so many tools mentioned, which is quite confusing. How are questions asked about the tools and what tools should we focus on for exam purpose? Okay, that's a very, very different question, Atola. First of all, we have two questions from the chapter 6. One will be from the 6.1 and the second will be from 6.2. The 6.1 gives you all the tool names and the definition to that. Not even the definition, I think definition is provided by me on the tutorial. So you just have to remember the name of the tool, and they will ask you questions something like, which one of this tool is more driven for test management, or which of the following option consists of a tool which can help you to design test cases or manage the test data or prepare the test data. So they will just give you that hint as a part of the question itself, and you will be very well able to figure out the right option. So you have to remember these are all K1 level things. K1 means remember. You have to remember all the tool names. The second type of question, what you can get from 6.1 from the tool section, is the developer specific tool. So if you see the tutorial clearly, there are some of the tools like continuous integration tool, static analysis tool, dynamic analysis tool, coverage measurement tools. These are more developer specific tools, and it is meant for developers specially. So only the developers can use it. So they may ask you which one of these following option consists of a tool which is more driven for a developer use. So you should remember that which tools are specific to developer. And in fact, name will tell you. For example, continuous integration. A tester does not do that. Static analysis tools, which are for code review. And obviously a developer does that. Coverage measurement tools like statement coverage, decision coverage, condition coverage. These are for developers, not for us, because unit testing is generally done by developers. So these are the typical questions what you may get. And from the second part, 6.2, you may have another question from the selection process, success factors, or objectives of pilot project. So these are the three topics which I think is easy, but tools remembering is the only way to get the right answer for that question, okay, from the first section. So make sure that you have a good understanding and remembrance of all the tools from different category, okay? All right, so I'll say switching company or on-site opportunity, which one to choose? If you have on-site opportunity, please go for that, because you will have good exposure to different culture and different organization way of working, and you will get to know. Because for you, I think automotive industry, by default, you will have options like working with Germany or working with Netherlands or Sweden. So you will have good scopes to work with. So if in case you have to choose one from switching another company or on-site opportunity, then go for on-site. I would recommend that. Okay. Mudhu says, is there any spare tools to do practical in Ctfl? I didn't get it. What tools are you talking about? And what is that you want to do? To do practicals. Practical, there's no practical in Ctfl, Mudhu. Can you be more precise with your question? Because if in case I'm getting it wrong, there are no practicals involved in Ctfl. You don't have to do anything practical. Okay, meanwhile, team, you have another 7 or 6 minutes to go ahead. And if you have any questions, just feel free to drop your question here. I'm always here to respond to it. And I would love to answer your question before we wind up with the show today. Thank you so much for the likes. If in case you have not liked the video, please like it, because based on the number of likes, YouTube recommends this live session to a lot of other people across the globe. So don't forget to hit a like on the video there. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so Shahil's rephrase, thank you for giving all the answers. I have a clear vision now. You're always welcome, Sahil. I love to support all the people, whoever wants any kind of information. If I have the knowledge, definitely would share that. If I don't have, I'll admit it that I don't have any information about that. Okay, but yes, definitely I love to answer, and that is what the live session is created for. We want you to ask your questions and get answers to that. Okay. Yes, all the best in your job hunting process, and definitely look forward to have anything else. You are free to join back and let me know the next weekend. Yes, team, do we have any more questions? Mudhu, if you're looking forward to reframe your question, please drop it and I'll answer that before I leave for the day. We have 5 more minutes to go from this live session. I'd love to answer any remaining questions from all of you. If you have any, just feel free to let me know. Are you on LinkedIn? Yes, of course. You can go to any of my videos on my channel. In the description, you will find my LinkedIn ID and you can connect with me. So in the video description, you will find my LinkedIn ID. You can connect with me from there. Sure, you're welcome. Anyone else has any specific questions? We have some more time remaining from the session. If you're interested to ask your question, make sure that you ask me. Another thing, if you have any kind of suggestions, feedbacks to share about the channel or the tutorials, I would love to accept that or hear from all of you in order to improvise and give you the best what you can get on the channel at any point of time. Okay, Atola has another question. Is automation compulsory for software tester? Not compulsory. You can be a manual tester. Okay, you can always be a manual tester, but it's just that the industry is looking for more automation testers compared to manual. Okay, things are trending when it comes to automation. These are quick things, and they even pay you a little higher than the manual tester. So if you're starting your career, I would recommend you to go with manual. At least learn everything, how exactly it happens within the organization. And once you learn everything, switch to the automation testing by learning an automation tool, and that will add more value to your hard work, which you do for an organization. Okay. So initially, you can be a manual tester for some time, probably a year or so. The moment you get a good grip on the learning of the manual and understand the overall organization structure, then you can move into automation quickly. Okay, so that's the only difference between manual and automation, but it's not a mandatory. It's just that most of the organizations are looking for automation tester compared to manual. Okay, but you can start with manual and then switch to automation to learn things at the ground level. Okay, Sahil, what is the time every weekend for this session? Same time, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time. We connect for an hour to discuss and answer your questions. Okay. Sir, please upload new video Ctfl on statement coverage and decision coverage. Okay, sure, I'll do that. I'll only include the theoretical part of it and and add it into the same playlist. So that would help a lot of people. Okay. Okay, so Atola says, oh, great, you answered it well. Manual testing first before automation, well explained. You are amazing. Thank you so much for that. Of course, that's the general practice which comes to me from my background, because initially when I moved into testing, I thought of starting with automation. A lot of people said everything is automation, so you start with automation. I said, no, it's not me who knows everything, what is exactly happening in testing world. So for me, I opted with some other suggestions from different people. They said, no, start with manual because you don't know everything about testing. Learn the good grip on what exactly happens in a testing organization. And then once you know everything, switch slowly into or gradually move into the automation. And then I moved into automation and things have been really great, because automation, you don't get to learn things. You only implement. You start writing test scripts, start automating things and maintaining them. So it's not a good recommendation if you ask me. You always start with manual, learn things end to end, because manual is little kind of, I can say not expensive thing. That means you get enough time to learn a lot of things, and then side by side you can start preparing on your automation. Okay, so all the very best. Yasim, the last 1 minute to go. If you have any specific questions, just quickly drop it. I'll accept it. If not, then we will wind up with the show for today, and we will be definitely looking forward to the next weekend to answer your questions once again. Okay, so don't forget, every weekend we connect for an hour between 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time to connect with all of you, listen to your questions, and respond to your questions within that timeline. Okay, so if in case you have anything over the week, you are free to drop it on any of the videos on the channel, and I would love to answer there as well. So it's not that only you have to wait for the Saturdays to come to get your questions answered. You can always drop your queries on any of the videos. I'll pick it up and respond to you over the chat. Or definitely you can be a part of this live session every weekend between 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time to respond to your queries. All right. All right. So there's the time pickup happening there, and we are just done with the discussion on the channels and discussion about the questions what you had, and we are just looking for the closure. If there is any quick questions, if not, we will just go for the closure of the day. Okay, so thank you so much, team. I think that's all from today. Wish you all good night. Have a nice sleep and happy weekend ahead. I'll see you next weekend once again with the live session. Should you have anything, just prepare well for that and let me know next time when you connect with us. All right. So thank you so much for being a part of this live session. It was really great to have you all here. It makes a lot of contribution from your end in order to make this live session successful. Thank you so much for joining in. Love to hear from all of you. We will connect again next weekend and definitely will answer your questions once again. So at the end, that's all from this particular session, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to answer your queries and respond to them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for being a part of this live session, team. Take care and happy learning. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.